Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the midday live. We are here. Sorry, we are late. Apologies on that one, people, but we're here. A few of the brothers are on their way. You know them ones there. They're coming. Don't worry, League Gunner.
This ain't Sky Sports, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, yeah, like we go live when we go live. We try and all be on time on that, yeah. But it's not Sky, ain't no BBC.
Yeah,
ain't no
exactly.
TV, you know what I mean? We're here when we're here. We try and be live for you guys on time, but sometimes life happens, innit?
Big
yeah.
You want exactly. On time, innit? Get Sky, go watch Saturday Social or some shit like that.
Or blow yourself on Talk Sport or something. But this is midday live, man. It's still midday as far as we're aware. It's not 1 o'clock. It's not 2.
It's midday.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, them man are on their way. Don't worry, man. We go and press Lee because I want to speak to Lee Gunner today because the amount of stuff he's been talking online has been mad. You know what I mean? Don, he's gonna be on the thing as well because he's sweating right now about that top 4. And even Rums, we gonna cook Rums. I don't care if they're top of the league. We gonna cook Rums as well. You know them ones there because I see some of them man are missing. Some of them man are getting bullied. You know them ones there. So we gonna discuss all of that. But big up to everyone who's locked in right now. You know them ones there. Shout out to Don. He's here right now. Big up to you, bro. But how we all feel? And you know what? Before we start, I'm gonna say apologize to you, George. I've messaged my graphic designer. I've said to him, please change the thumbnail because we need to give George some shades on. You know what I mean? George has said to me he's not happy. So will the 3-point collectors please raise their hands today? There you go. Man like George.
It's what we've got to, you know.
So I'm say, the only 3 sorry, Don.
You're still below United. You're still below United.
Again, I'm sorry. We're the only 3-point collector this weekend. So please, let me have my moment. Let me have my time. Everyone else drop points whilst we pick them up. I'm going to take what I can get.
Yeah.
Southampton, it is what it is. It's 3 points.
I do not show them up again. Do not show them up again.
Hey,
you're starving. My mother's starving, man. You know what I mean? Man's still behind United. You know what I'm saying?
Starving, bro.
You know what I mean?
There's no wait. Spurs are starving. Newsflash. Name me something that's new. We all know this. Spurs are definitely starving.
If you're gonna do a little shoulder bop, if you're gonna do a little shoulder bop over a team that's got relegated the earliest, be my guest. You know what I mean? Be my guest.
We just relegated them. So how about that? I got something.
You lot nasty, man. You didn't even give it one more week in the Premier League, man. You lot are snide, man.
They got their manager sacked. They got their manager sacked, bro.
You know what I mean? But now, listen, fair play. He was the only team this weekend. Can you believe it? Only team to get 3 points this weekend, man. It's been a depressing weekend for a lot of us. You know what I mean? Not many great games. And yeah, man, like, bro, like, as much as bad as this is, LB, but we have to start with the biggest game of the weekend. And it was the Manchester Derby. And man, that was an absolute stinker, man. Like, really, really stinker, bro. Like, it was literally, I tell it on the match reaction, it was a link up with a Mandem. I've seen people that I haven't saw for a while. You know them ones there. Shout out to Lee Gooder in the building. Like, I've seen people that I haven't seen for a while. I spoke to Leslie. She went on a cruise ship. She told me about her cruise ship, went to the Caribbean and that. Like, bro, it was everything but the game, bro. Like, I thought that was a De Bruyne testimonial. I thought that was I see more singing and not the mad crazy singing that I don't agree with, by the way. Big up to Phil Foden. Like, I saw some mad shit going on here than the actual game. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, it was crazy, bro. And that was a mid-off Manchester derby, bro. Like, the last time I see that 0-0 was about 10 years ago when we played them in 2015. That was the worst game maybe of the season. I don't know if there's been a worse game than that. You'd have to let me know. But that game was
some bad games.
Every Arsenal game.
Yeah, every Arsenal game. There you go.
Even that game. Remember that game when you lot played Fulham away, Saeed, bro? That game was.
Oh yeah. Maybe we're part of a lot of them. But bro, man,
it was poor, man. It was poor. Listen, the quality on display. The quality on display from both teams was appalling. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was a madness. You guys, crazily, were a better team, which fucking hell tells me a lot about my team. Not that I don't really know about it, to be honest, anyway. And yeah, you obviously had the same problems that you had against Forest, in that your finishing is poor. Garnacho, how has he not put that in from 4 yards? Is crazy. You had a couple of other opportunities. City, we created pretty much nothing the whole game. No Haaland equals nobody scores. That's our problem. The same thing that's happened all season. Foden, nowhere to be seen over the first 10 minutes. Kev playing as a false nine is a baffling decision, given he's a creative player. So therefore, there's no one to create to because he's the false nine. Midfield, he's played the old guys. When Nico Gonzalez is right there on the bench, 50 million, we brought him in. He's been pretty decent. I'm not glazing. I'm not saying he's been amazing. I'm just saying he's been solid performer. He drops in, puts him on the bench. Mad. Yeah, I thought we defended all right, but other than that, I thought Edison had a pretty decent game. Other than that, nothing. For me, I think it's the worst derby I've ever seen. Maybe not even just Manchester derby. Maybe like all derbies. Like, I don't remember seeing a worse game than that. It was awful. Not a great point for us in terms of trying to get into Champions League, because now Newcastle win tonight, which they will do. We're out the Champions League spots. Couple of tricky games coming up as well. We've got Palace at home, 12:30 kickoff. Everton away, 3 games left at that stadium, so they're going to be up for it. And then we've got to play Villa. So we're in a tough situation. And it's come at the worst possible time in our sort of cycle, because we need to be spending a good 300, 400 million quid this summer. And if you're not in the Champions League, you know, are you going to be able to attract the best players? Don't know. Some people say no. Some people say yeah. I don't really know. I don't really care. How much money have they got to spend if they're not in the Champions League? Again, is that impacted? I don't know. These are all questions, man. So we got to get that Champions League. We got to win the FA Cup. And at the moment, we just seem like a million miles away. We are so just sort of like passionless. We are so like we're on a ventilator machine, man. Do you know what I mean? Keeping this team alive, and you're watching the team. There's nothing there. You know what I mean? You're seeing one of you was speaking before that we started streaming. Pep Guardiola on the side of the touchline, just covering his eyes.
Yeah, he was.
Pep's not an idiot, man. Listen, Pep's got a lot of things. Got a lot of things wrong this year. Yeah, he's got a lot of things wrong this year, Pep Guardiola. Yeah, it has to be said. But he's not a fucking idiot. He knows these players are not good football players, and people keep on saying, that these are the players that won you the league last year. Well, first of all, our two best players last year are both non-existent. Rodri, his ACL injury, and Foden is just not here. Yeah. So the two best players are not even in this team right now. Yeah, because Foden is nowhere to be seen. And something that people say that winds me up all the time. They say this, I don't know if you've all heard it. They say players don't just become bad players overnight. Yes, they do. When it's time to go, it's time to go. When the legs have gone, the legs have gone. They ain't coming back. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen it with Gerrard. We've seen it with Yaya Toure. Every single one of you guys has seen it with players at your football club, Yet some reason, people keep on peddling this thing out where they say, players don't just become bad players overnight. Yes, they do. Yes, they do become bad players overnight. Gundogan, Kovacic, De Bruyne. Yeah, this is a Premier League. It's the top league in this country. Once the legs have gone, the legs have gone. And the league is becoming more about P&P these days. Yeah, you notice on this. So it becomes, even worse. If you go back 5, 6, 7 years ago, when it was like more ticky-tack or more like, everyone was playing possession, you probably get away with it a bit more.
Yeah.
But the last couple of years, we've started to morph into a more P&P league, So it's exaggerated even more. Yeah, we spent 200 million quid, in January. That don't even touch the surface, mate. Yeah, we need another 300-400 million spent in the summer. I want all the guys that are not good enough gone. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for everything you've done, but you're not good enough anymore. I can't just keep you around until you're 36, 37 and retire at the club. It's a pipe dream. Not everybody can retire at your football club. Yeah. You obviously it's minting it when like a player retires at your club. It's great. You know what I mean? It's amazing, but you can't do that for everybody. Yeah, we've got too many injury prone players, too many players that are not good enough. And the manager's making mad decisions. But yeah, it's crazy, man. And you guys are fucking shit as well. I just want to say that quickly before anyone else comes in. I'll cut my team. Yeah, now I'll cook you as well. You are shit. Yeah, you are absolutely awful, bro. That Højlund, he is a bum. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes, he's a grenade launcher. Yeah, we all know that. Yeah, you remember the thumper on Modern Warfare 2? Yeah, that's what he is, man. He just fucking smacks balls into the box, man. It's crazy. Your defense is a bit mad as well. Yeah, you're shit. You're shit as well, man. So I just needed to cook that as well because I can't.
No, I agree. You know them guys that as soon as they start the game, they just launch grenades to the other side of the map. That's Bruno Fernandes, bro. Just every time, he just had to pick his first opportunity to do a long ball. Bro.
Do you know what? Though? I'm being fair. You don't know. I don't rate Bruno one bit.
One of his better games.
Standard was so low, but I think he was the best out of a bad bunch yesterday. I actually think he had a somewhat decent game, but that match just goes to show that everyone else would just dire because I don't rate Bruno, but I have to give credit when credit's due. He looked like a decent game yesterday.
No, bro. You know what really irritated me about just the whole game was Bernardo playing centre back, Bernardo Silva, like getting the ball from centre back and trying to dictate, man. I was like, bro, what is this, man? What is going on here, man? Like Gundogan and this. I remember there was a time in the game here where there was about 10 players in the middle of the park, central, and they were all just trying to cancel each other out. You know, like someone's just trying to cancel the ball being played in between the lines. There was no width from either team, or there was a lack of width in terms of using it properly and being effective from it. Like, it was so bad, bro. And like the way, like even Gary Neville was right in terms of like, it's just poor imitations of what they're trying to do and trying to be this kind of almost team that wants to get on the ball and try and play between the
players ain't good enough, bro. The players are not
good
enough.
You can't do that
for both teams. The players are a million miles away from where the standard of Man City and Man United, they should have the elite players, the best players, Look at the players that are on display yesterday. Look at them. There's about yesterday, I don't even know. You probably had, I thought Edison had a good game. Marmouche was all right. Bro, there was not a lot, man.
This is fucking beautiful, man. Honestly, LB, this is fucking beautiful,
LB,
man.
I think Nunes was all right.
Oh, what you talking about? Yeah, you shut up, Don. Yeah, because you were telling me, start of the season, by the way, that you fucking you went to sign Osimhen, because of the wages. So you're a wage merchant, you try to protect your club's accounts rather than actually you'll make your team better, bro. And now my guy slashed in 30 goals for all competitions. Yeah, so you don't get involved, man, in this conversation when you're more worried about your club's accounts than your actual team. Yeah?
Bro, I didn't even say much. And man's guy getting loose.
Nah, bro, because I'm sick of you, man. Yeah, you give it the big one. Yeah, all the season you're giving it the big one there. Jackson Palmer, the best combination in the Premier League. Blah blah blah. Yeah, and then when they're shit, you don't get involved, and then you try and cook us all. So
how's your boy Mad Wakey getting on? How's Mad Wakey getting on?
I've been chefing my team, bro. I've been chefing my team for weeks. You know what I mean? I've been chefing my team for weeks. But anyway, back to you, LB. Right? This is beautiful. Yeah, this is beautiful right now because you City fans had it nice. You know what I mean? You lived in the mansion. You had all the maids. You had all the butlers that used to take care of you, man. You might used to eat some Wagyu steak every Friday, fish and chips every Saturday. You know what I mean? Breakfast and that brunch every morning. It was gorgeous. Yeah. Now the pool outside is dirty, blood. No one's cleaning it. Yeah. The maids have run away. They're even stealing from your fridge, stealing food. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's nothing left in the gaff. You know what I'm saying? KDB is gone. Walker, all-timer, gone. Gundogan, finished. Yeah? Foden, robbed. You know what I mean? We're now entering a new era. Yeah? And you already know the pool of footballers right now, the quality is not great. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a level playing field now, LB. Yeah? Now it's not Man City are guaranteed to win stuff. I can't be looking at Man City right now saying, yo, you know what? If Arsenal aren't going to win the league, at least there's Man City there. I need to sort out my business because I can't depend on you, man, no more, blood. You know what I'm saying? You man are jokers right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let me stop you there, because everything you're saying is right at the moment. But do you remember who their owners are compared to the rest of us? They'll rectify this like that, bro.
Listen, I don't know about that, Roms, though, because their recruitment hasn't been great in a minute, bro. It hasn't been great in a minute. You know, they've got Doku and Savinho. That's not Mahrez and Sane and Sterling and these, man. You know what I mean? Right? Where's the numbers? Where's the numbers in their team? Right, so you can talk about their owners as much as you want. LB has been cooking their recruitment for years now, bro. It hasn't been good. You know what I mean? It has not been good.
But Don, at some point it's got to end, and the difference between our clubs and their club, not necessarily you lot to an extent, but we'll haggle over a fee and whatnot. City will just pay up. I reckon they'll just pay up. This summer, I think it's gonna be the window.
I don't know about.
They'll do what needs to be done.
LB will tell you, bro. When these guys were after Cucurella, right? They walked away from the deal because they didn't want to pay how much we were willing to pay for him, right? The same thing happened with Declan Rice. Right. They didn't come back in for Declan Rice, bro. They bidded what? Well, how much is it, LB? Like 85 million or something? Yeah, 85 million or something.
I didn't get Rice. Real talk, I'm glad we didn't get Rice.
Arsenal gazumped him. Yeah, Arsenal gazumped them, right? So City have never really been that club to, like, you know, get in bidding wars. You know what I mean? They pay what they think they want to pay. If you don't want to accept it, they move on, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Right? Their recruitment
you have to rate their shrewd business as well, walking away from the likes of like Maguire and certain other players, and then getting in the Ruben Diaz and players that have brought them on to win things. So you've got to look at it that way as well. I just think personally, I could be wrong. This could be a summer for City where they get it right again, because they've had so many wrong summers, and LB would agree. I think this one they're going to get bang on. The rest of our clubs just haggle over players, bro, and maybe not you lot to an extent. You don't actually have the right idea. You just perfect it wrong with all this kindergarten players. But you don't actually have the right idea as well. As for the rest of us, the proof's in the pudding. And that's why I think City will be back soon.
When you look at City this summer, I feel like this is going to be the first summer as well. Because like you mentioned, when they're usually going for players, they're going for players they know they're going to get. And it's either that player chooses them or they're just not going to do the bidding thing. This might be their first season where they have to do the bidding war thing, because they aren't the dominant City that they were in the past couple of years. They weren't the team that's guaranteed to win the league. They aren't the team. They've showed that they've dropped a level a bit. So players now are going to look at them and be like, what is this project like? Is Pep going to be there for long? There's a lot more questions regarding City and the level of quality that they're going to offer next year. So I think they're going to force themselves into bidding war and have to change their approach, Don. Because they're amongst the rest. They're not amongst the rest of everyone, but they sort of are in that way.
Bro, you're spot on, because this is the thing, when you're a football club, you're the way you run your club, the way you buy players, it changes over time. Like, so when you're at the top and you're at the pinnacle, you just keep on picking up a player, 2 players every summer, blah blah. But then if you accidentally fuck up, like City have, and obviously say accident, but a lot of people have seen it coming. You then can't just do the same shit that you've been doing the last couple of. You have to change it. So now we're in a more panicky situation. So when we go, if say we bid for Wirtz or we go buy Baena, you can't be haggling. You can't be haggling because we're not in a power position no more. Yeah, we're in a vulnerable position. We got to pay what the guys want. We got to be humble. We got to accept it. It's like, yeah, fairs. We fucked ourselves. Now we got to pay the price, and maybe you got to overpay on some of these players. But you do that, you get back to the top, and then you go back to what you was doing, constantly ticking over, man. But this summer, we need the difference is, for this summer compared to recent summers is we need a whole load of new starting players, not these like rotators, not the Kovacic's. Yeah, we need starters. We need a goalkeeper because Edison's probably off. We need a new right back. We probably need a new left back. We need a new all-round midfielder. We need a creative midfielder. And I think we need a winger. And I'm not overdoing it, man. I'm being deadly serious. And all these players are starters. I need the best players, not the Kovacic's, the Nunez's. Yeah, I'm talking like the best players in them positions, man.
You're back to that phase, LB, where it's time to like bring players that can become world-class. They're the sort of players you need to be bringing in. Because like when a lot of these players came to Man City, bro, they weren't world-class at the time. It was Pep that turned them world class.
Yeah, but they were still mint. So Mahrez was mint.
I'm saying that's what
Silva was mint. De Bruyne was still mint.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying you need to bring players that have the potential to become world class right now. They might not be world class already, but bring them in where you know, like, okay, these guys are quality right now. All it takes is a couple trophies or whatever, consistent performances, and yeah, we can crown them as world class. Not just mediocre guys, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. Listen, I think for me, if I'm with Roms, man, if there's a club that's gonna do it, and they know how to do it, they're not gonna drop off like what United have become and whatever. They're still gonna. They might not be as what they were, but they're still gonna be there. That's why you can't really underestimate City and what they're trying to do.
I agree. And the fact that we spent 200 million basically in January.
Yeah, they're gonna come back, man. Listen, they've lost De Bruyne. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a huge loss. You know what I mean? And I think he deserves the respect that he gets. He's probably one of the greatest midfielders we've ever seen in the league. So that's a huge blow, in that. And they have to replace him. It's a
massive blow. They need at least 2 players, maybe even 3, bro. Right? When it comes to the numbers, when it comes to the goals, the big moments, the chances created, bro, KDB, it's like Salah. It's like Salah right now, bro. Like to replace these guys right now, you need probably 2-3 players. Though.
We need a Wirtz guy, innit? If it was me, I'd sign Wirtz and Baena. I'd get them both.
Who's Baena?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, that's Lee's guy. That's Lee's guy.
I watched it the other day from Villa.
Alex Baena.
Man of the match again yesterday. Man of the match again.
Man of the match again.
I want to Lee watch doing some random watches at times, Lee. Who's Baena?
I don't sit and watch Y Scout. I actually watch the players.
You save a lot of time, bro. You have a lot of time for your missus if you had Y Scout, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. When the bank's banking up, man, she won't be speaking then, will she? You know what I mean?
But you know what? Like for me, like what do you think of it? Like in terms of just like United for me, like obviously we're just our season's kind of dead in it. Like we're just focused on the Europa League.
Bro, the Premier League's dead. The league's been dead for years. It's crap. No tech. Nobody can cross the ball. Nobody can trap a ball. Nobody's got a weak foot. Nobody's got a weight to pass. Yeah, nobody can finish a wank. Yeah, the goalkeepers just want to play out from the back. They think they're midfielders. Yeah, they're crap. Nobody can defend. It's shit, bro. I watched Villarreal last night against Bilbao, 0-0. One of the best games I've watched all season. Yeah, it was unbelievable. The level of tech in it was crazy. Yeah, I'm sitting there watching that clown show in Manchester. Get out of here, man. Yeah, that was the worst game of football I'd watched since Saturday when I watched Arsenal. And that was the worst game of football I'd watched in the Prem. Yeah, since when I watched Chelsea Spurs. That was the worst game since I watched Liverpool Everton, and so on and so forth, all the way back. The games are crap, the quality's crap, and that is why if City go out there and do 300-400 million this summer, they'll walk the league. They'll walk it because the rest of us are shit. Yeah, fair play Liverpool. Yeah, because they've actually been good this season. The rest of us are crap. Yeah, but next season, once Trent's gone, the other 2 might leave as well. Yeah, even if they don't, they're another year older. Might not be as easy next season. Yeah, you know they ain't going to go out and spend a fortune. So I just look at it and think, yeah, cool, whatever, mate. Yeah, boring. Honestly, it's boring, mate. That league is crap. Yeah, and when people want to sit and go, oh, but the points tally gets higher every year. Okay, yeah. Do you know why? Because the quality's worse, so the lesser teams just bend over, mate. Yeah, look at the team. Southampton got relegated yesterday. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Game week 30. Yeah, don't ever let them back in the Prem ever again. Don't. In fact, the 3 that are about to come up, Fuck them as well. Yeah, no, F them as well.
They're not going to do well. Sheffield United are coming back up.
Yeah, bro, what's the point of them? Get out of here, man. What's the point in Burnley? Piss off. Just for half of these clubs need to liquidate. Like, get rid of them. They just go up and down, like Bonnie Blues knickers, bro. Like, get out of it. No, it's a joke, man. I'm sick to death for watching this league, bro. I can't wait for the season to end. Yeah, I'm waiting for this Madrid game tomorrow. I'm waiting for the Madrid game the Wednesday after, and I've tapped out.
It's the worst Premier League I've ever seen.
Who you supporting, Lee?
Well, I'm thinking about having a Madrid shirt on under my Arsenal one, and if Madrid score, just take off the Arsenal one, innit?
You know the best thing, yeah. In terms of the Big Six games, yeah, like
You're gonna do that as well.
I don't know if you've seen it this year. The Big Six games have been so bad in 2025. Like,
Sorry to cut in there. Yeah. The Big Six games are genuinely shit any year. Yeah, the difference is the rest of the games have been shit as well. So it's highlighted how crap they are.
Yeah, you know what it has been, man. And you know, for me, yeah, like I don't know, like I feel like the individualism is being coached out in the Premier League as well. It's too like system orientated, and there's less freedom for players to do what they need to do. And
okay, so I agree. I agree to just quickly, yeah, I agree to a point, right? But what players in this league like have that ability anyway?
I think there's a lot. I think that's something to say. I think there's a lot of players that have.
I'm just asking the question. Name me some players. There's a lot of players. Give me some players that you think.
Have to look at the creative players that are there in the league. I just think it's completely coached out of them. I mean, you can look at. I think Bruno could be doing more. I think he would have again in a different system. I think James Madison. I think you could see more from.
Madison's a mid player, man.
Again,
Bruno's the most chances in the league.
I'm talking about players that are naturally creative, and if you looked at them, I suppose a few years back when it wasn't so P&P orientated and system orientated, these are players that use their individual quality to get their teams out of the rut. They would score goals. They literally just run the game by themselves at time, like we saw Cole Palmer last year. Just get the ball to him, and it's gonna make something happen. That's been completely taken away from the Premier League, and like Lee said, I'm with you, Lee. Like, I can't wait for the season to finish. It's so damn boring right now. Like, you're watching the games, you know exactly what each team's going to do because so many teams are just so one-dimensional with their attack. Just go to the wing, cut it back, move it. Like, when you watch Arsenal, when you watch like these possession-based teams or teams that are supposed to be possession-based, it's actually boring football. Like, people lie to you and think, oh, possession-based managers, it's entertaining, it's fun, it's attacking. A lot of the time, it's not attacking. It's just moving the ball side to side until you can kill the other team. And one of them just
good players doing it. When you've got shit players doing it, it's fucking awful.
And then the thing is, as well, it takes two passes to cut through you and they're in on goal, the other end.
Yeah.
Literally every time. The amount of times Everton got in on us, the other day. Yeah, like
and that's why you're seeing those transitional teams literally thrive and beat all the big, like Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, Newcastle.
Yeah,
like,
they're the ones that do well though.
Transitional teams are literally stepping up and they're becoming so much easier to play against possession-based teams. I think the Premier League's so boring, and like you said there, I even saw something say that they're going to be changing the football in the Premier League to try and make it you know the Jubilani ball back in 06, like when it used to be a bit more flowy. They're trying to make the football like that just to see if it's going to encourage players to shoot.
Another excuse for
longer shots. It's just
yeah, and also if you true. But I think honestly, I don't know, man. I love watching La Liga at the minute. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the best leagues in the league. But maybe next season we're back to work. I think we're all just a bit miserable right now. I can't lie, man. And you know, Liverpool are winning the league, and listen, fair play to them. They're winning the league, but I don't know.
It will get better next year because it can't get any worse.
Would you not agree, Roms? Would you not agree that although yes, you've won the league this season, this is generally one of the worst Premier League seasons from a neutral standpoint in Premier League history?
Yeah, like the quality and whatnot, I agree with you. But end of the day, the reason I'm going to soak this up is number 20. I finished the league with 92 and 97 points. I've not won it. So if this is undeserved in the most boring league, I'm going to take it by any means because I've been good and not won it. So I'd rather the league be bad.
Yeah, but you know what, Roms? Yeah, whenever I speak about this, the amount of Liverpool fans that start like crying about it, I'm like, it's got nothing to do with Liverpool. Like, it's not an attack on.
No, not a Liverpool thing. Yeah.
Like GG's Liverpool. Honestly, congrats. It's not a diss on Liverpool. Like, congrats. It's not gonna have a caveat next to it saying fucking shit league. Like, you've won the league. Facts. You've done it.
You know what it is, LB?
It is a shit league, man.
Do you know what it is, LB? I just feel like the reason why a lot of our fans feel like it's attacking us because it's like it's been said the most this year. But like, with me, I don't really care what the rivals say because, like I just said, we've been great and not won it. So if the league's dead and everyone says dead, Liverpool won the worst league, I don't care. Just give me my number 20.
Correct. You shouldn't care.
I mean? But I know what you mean. Like some take it a bit personal, but I just think you have to block out rival. No, not everyone can, but that we're about to win it. Block out noise. Everyone wants to complain it's bad because I don't think it's just us. If you ask Bournemouth and Aston Villa and whatnot, if the league's been dead, I think when your team's doing well, you're not really going to subscribe to that notion. When your team's doing bad, no offense, Arsenal not winning anything, United poor, Spurs poor, City having one of their most underwhelming seasons, Chelsea spending X amount of money and looking like they might not finish top 5. The rest of the top 6, because your season looking a bit bad, I feel like this is why this narrative is a bit greater this year. But ask some of the other teams in the league, your Bournemouth, your Villas, and that. Big up, Chris. They're not going to be saying that. They're probably going to be saying what they're saying. Do you know what I mean? So it just depends.
You know what I find funny is how like these mainstream media like sports like broadcasters and the shit like try and gas the league up still. And I like see the tweets and like see the videos and they're like, oh, sick game. It's a close battle between Man City and Man United.
They said it was a tactical battle at halftime.
Yeah. That's because they've spent billions of pounds on the TV rights and stuff. So then they can't just be like, oh yeah, this is shit. They have to gas it up. Man. It's just like, what you doing?
Did you hear what Roy Keane said about that McDerby?
I know what he said.
No. Well, he said that half time. Yeah, listen to this. Yeah, I love Roy Keane. He's the only one on that channel that speaks sense. Yeah. Where is it? There we go. He said, the fans are clapping for a draw. That just shows the standard of the football club. And these players have shown the ability to win in big games. Yeah. Their best philosophy is winning. The best philosophy, is winning in football. Yeah. Absolutely customer. Again, why are you clapping? Why are you clapping a draw, Saeed? Real talk. Did you clap a draw?
I was out the door, mate. You know what I mean? Straight away. I didn't clap nothing, bro. You mad?
Did you leave early, Saeed?
No, what I did was
he had to go and pick his biryani up en route home, mate.
Actually, what I did was I went across the 90th minute to the steward because me and the steward always chat, yeah. Then I went down the stairs, watched on the TV last couple of minutes, and then I went down the stairs. I went to see you later because I knew it was going to happen, bro. I've been here before. What am I going to do with Garnacho, bro? I'm seriously. I hope someone buys that kid, bro. I swear down, bro. I don't know where.
Not your boy anymore,
he was one of your more positive players, if we're being honest. Like,
my God, the game is
This is what Don does.
Wait. I didn't say he's good. I said he was one of your more positive players.
I'm still going to debunk that because I feel like there's this notion if you're on the ball and you're quick and you're getting ready to go, it's positive. If you do nothing with it, it doesn't matter, bro. Do you know what I mean?
What was he? Who was positive in the Man United side then? Because Man United played.
And I feel great, Bruno.
I thought we were positive. I thought Casemiro was good. I thought Lenny Yoro played well. I think Mazarawi played well. Bruno had a half decent game.
Well, you have to praise someone in the attack because let's be honest. Although your attack wasn't amazing, it was better than Man City's. And I would say when watching the game, you guys had the better chances. You guys probably could have scored a few goals, but your attack's just missing that final.
Garnacho had the best chance of the game. He didn't know whether to head or kick it. Is he all right in the end? Like,
this is what's always going to happen with Garnacho, though. We always said that he's got a problem in front of goal. Like, he's just going to kick the floor. His final third decision making is
1,000. I don't know if I told you, my TikTok here, I had 1,700 messages saying, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. Garnacho's a kid. Look at Ronaldo, what he was at the start. And then they're like, bro, you should read some of the comments, bro. They're so delusional. And then they see the next game and then now they agree with me. Oh, sorry. So I got a message yesterday saying, sorry, I went mad at you for cussing Garnacho. I see what you mean. Brother, you could have seen that about flipping 10 years ago, mate. He's not great. So please, we need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of Højlund.
They only do it when it's fashionable side. And this is the problem with modern football fans there. They chat shit. Bro. Yeah, they all lie through their teeth to get the most traction on TikTok. Anyone who uses that app as their main fucking app, yeah, you're deluded. Honestly, bro, real talk. That app is full of retards, mate. Yeah, then Twitter's the next one. Yeah, they'll do anything. They'll lie. They'll spread the lies. Yeah, I see Jigglypuff giving it the big. No, Odegaard's was out for 3 months. No, he weren't. He was out 57 days. That's less than 2 months. No, and it's like, but then that gets spread around, and then the next account takes it. Then the next account takes it. It goes all around TikTok and Twitter. Then you're sitting on a live. Yo, Saeed, yeah, what do you think about this, mate? And you're getting asked a question based off of fucking unfactual information. It's jarring. Nobody calls this crap out. Yeah, so when you're getting people, bro, I don't even use that app. Yeah, I swear down, I only use Twitter like I'm going to the zoo, bro. I'm going to see the animals for half an hour. Bye-bye, gone. That's it. No, real talk. Honestly, because you know what it is, yeah? They will do anything, these people, to be the best and biggest fan on the internet. Yeah? For what? You don't know the people that follow you, mate, so who cares? Say what you got to say. Stop lying. Yeah, but then when it's fashionable, I called out Odegaard from day one, mate. Now everyone's calling him out. I don't care anymore. Yeah, let's go on to the next player. This shit. We're called out on that, and you can cuss me for that as well for 3 years. Like, do you know what I'm saying? No, I'm sick to death of it. This is where we're at with football. And then the problem is the mainstream media that are falling off a cliff as well. Now they're posting out crap. They're using tweets. They're using people's tweets. Yeah, on TNT Sport the other day.
That's the biggest problem I know.
Yeah, then the nicest and best one out of all of them that's mates with one of the producers. Yeah, because there'll be a producer that works for these big companies that's about 20 odd years old that follows the likes of fucking Jigglypuff and his band of little merry men. Yeah, they're the dickheads that then sit on Sky Sports waffling about Cristiano Ronaldo, Salah. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, the whole thing is a mess in England, mate.
You know what?
Sorry,
you know
ran
what?
over.
Bro, I can't lie to you, bro. It's not looking good right now, bro. And yeah, like I said, bro, I think that'll be the less said, the better. You know what I mean? And we'll leave it as that. We have got a big game that I want to discuss on the week tomorrow. And that is Real Madrid Arsenal, but Arsenal Everton draw. Lee not great. I mean, how's your confidence going into the game, bro? Like, yeah, man, you lot. Then again, Real Madrid didn't lose though. You know what I mean? Like, Real Madrid didn't lose though. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, did you watch it?
Did they have a kidding goal though as well? I thought they had a kidding goal, no?
Yeah, they had the third choice keeper. They absolutely battered. They absolutely battered Alexa.
I heard he played well, Lee.
Mate, that's the best game he's ever had, mate. I swear, the amount of crazy saves that guy made in that game was mad. Yeah, Mbappe was on smoke. I can't lie. Yeah, and Jude as well. They both played really well.
Yeah,
they both played well. But yeah, Madrid. This is the thing with Real Madrid. Yeah, people don't watch them every week, and then they just look at the results. Yeah, bro. And then when they watch a big game, they go, "Oh, they're boring to watch." Yeah, they've been boring to watch for years, mate. They still keep winning. Yeah, so they understand that football is not about your enjoyment and your excitement. Yeah, and your amusement. Yeah, they're there to win. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it looks like. Just stick the whole gaff out, bruv. They're going to win. Yeah, that's it. And if they don't, their fans hold them accountable because they've sunk the gaff out and you ain't won. Yeah, so then they get called out. Bro, they were booing all the way through the game at the weekend. Yeah, and the keeper was on smoke at the upper end. And Mbappe's running rings around everyone. They were still booing everyone. Yeah, because they weren't winning the game. Yeah, but for me, I've been praying, guys. That's why I was a bit late. Sorry. I was in church. I was praying. I was praying yesterday. Yeah, and I'm going to pray later again today, mate. I'm going to pray for Madrid. They got 4 players out injured. They got Chouameni out suspended. You know, we got Starboy back, so I mean, there's no reason not to win, right? I mean, everyone says they're shit. Yeah, and we're the greatest. We got Super Duper all singing, all dancing, Mikel. Yeah, and we got the best right winger in world to have played football. So no reason not to beat them then. I don't want to hear no excuses when we're out on the 16th. Yeah, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear that you're going to hear this a lot. There's no shame losing to Real Madrid. They're the best team in the world. You're going to hear that crap on the 16th.
You know, another thing you're going to hear as well. Saka's not 100% fit.
Yeah,
he don't look fit though. I can't lie. The game
he doesn't, to be fair. But
he's bursting.
He was ducking out of tackles.
You know what, Lee? I actually think you beat them at the Emirates. You won't go through, so it don't really mean too much. I think you actually win. How are we going to beat them?
Actually, I'll tell you how we beat them. Just go and watch AFTV's latest video. Yeah, because they've got an exclusive plan on how to beat Real Madrid. Yeah, good one. Maybe Mikel's took that and thought, right, there you go. They know what they're on about. Yeah. The thing is here, right? Ancelotti ain't stupid. He parked the bus at the Etihad. Yeah, it's up to us to go and attack them. We're at home. Yeah, they're just going to sit and park the bus and break. Yeah, and when we got Kivior going 1-on-1 with Mbappe at him, hey, good luck. Yeah, when we got Miles Lewis Skelly, yeah, who's prone to making a stupid tackle every now and again. Yeah, got up against Rodrigo. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, good luck, mate. Yeah, went down the other side. Yeah, Timber. I'll actually fancy Timber's chances against Vinny this season because he's been dead all season.
Yeah. Yo, Vinny's been dead. I can't lie.
But at the same time, it's the Champions League and it's a quarter final. This is where he normally turns up.
This is where he's active, isn't it?
The other day when they played Sociedad, they were losing that game and he was crap up to about 60 minutes. Then he went, nah, not today, mate.
The truth is, if Arsenal don't beat they don't beat Real Madrid in that first leg by 2 clear goals, there's no point in turning up in the second leg anyway.
And Odegaard needs to step up, man. I don't know what's going on with Odegaard, man. He looks like he's homeless, man. Is he all right, man? Like this
is a typical Odegaard performance.
He needs to fix up a little bit, man. I need him. You know what's going on with this Odegaard?
Yeah, but people have glazed this guy for a long time, man. People glaze Odegaard.
He look rough, man. I feel like he's been on a bender or something, man. For the
baby, man. They're gonna tell you it's the baby.
What does he actually do? What does he actually do?
The baby's keeping him up at night.
I'll tell you what he does. LB. He runs around and he does that skipping arm run. Yeah, so skipping around like this, spinning around in a circle. Yeah, and then pass it backwards. So then when you look at his pass accuracy, he had 92 touches. He completed 91 of them. Nobody cares, bro. What's he done? Yeah, Kieran Tierney come up. In fact, Kieran Tierney's created more this season than he has. Yeah, and he's been sat on the bench all season.
I thought you said Harvey Elliott. You think Harvey Elliott's a better player than you?
Harvey Elliott's miles better than him, mate. The hype around this geezer, is ridiculous. It's based off of the fact that when he was 15, Real Madrid signed him. Yeah, if he was that good, he'd still be playing for them. Dani Ceballos has been one of their best players this season. Yeah, he still plays for them. He's still won honours there after going back. Yeah, why is Odegaard slumming it at Arsenal? Why? Because he's shit, bruv. He ain't technically to look at. Oh, yeah, he's a nice, clean and tidy player. He's crap. Yeah. Bro, he ain't got the IQ.
Do you think that he's just been poor because I don't know about you, but I think he plays his best foot when Saka's down on that right hand side. He needs to link up.
No. We're not doing this. He's had Saka. He's had Saka for 3 years. What's he done?
Lee,
you guys are hating on it. But wait, Don, before you come in, yeah, because you're a Y Scout specialist, so you should know when you're looking at this game tactically. You're looking at about how Arsenal break team down. We're talking about how bad Arsenal have been attackingly this season. It's been all season. They've had attacking issues, can't score goals. 1 goal against Everton in 2 games shows you that enough. They literally haven't beaten Everton this season, which is crazy to say, yeah. When you watch that Arsenal last season, all of their attacks, literally 90% of their attacks came down that right-hand side with the link up between Ben White, Saka, and Odegaard. I think Odegaard's been missing that link up as to why you're seeing him being exposed a bit more. Because it's because now he's now being tasked to, which you're right to, Lee, is he's supposed to have more responsibility now that the other players aren't there in the attack. But he's not stepping up to that responsibility. He's not a player that's going to shoot a lot. He's not a player that's going to give you that final third action or play that deadly pass when you need it to. He doesn't do it. He'd rather play the ball safe and just keep the ball moving. So is that not a fair point to sit there and say that that's why he's been poor this season? Whether that's an excuse or not it's besides the point. But when you analyze it, that is one of the key reasons.
I'll let Lee respond to that.
Bro, he's had Saka with him for 3 years, 3.5 years. Yeah, what has he done? Apart from get 2 pay rises. Went from 80 grand to 115 grand to 240 grand. For what? 240 grand, you know. He's on more money than Van Dijk. For what?
40.
Bro, you should see our wage bill. I swear we're effed. Yeah, wage bill is effed. Yeah.
Do you know what it is, Lee? I just don't think that this isn't new because let's be honest, when you brought in Moreno was brought in to unlock the left-hand side because Odegaard had already had the key to the right-hand side.
Let's bring in a defensive midfielder. Do you know what I mean?
All I'm saying is that your midfield obviously is built up of having one guy that's going to unlock and work well with one side. And with Odegaard on that right-hand side, that worked well. But when it's not got all the keys, all the cogs there together, it's just going to be a mess.
Dude, I hear what you're saying to an extent, right? But if you go back to even the start of the season, big up Roms, yeah, he was getting nervous about Arsenal. He was like, watch when Odegaard comes back, they're going to go on a run and that. And I told Roms, I said, bro, even before Odegaard got injured, he was not playing well. And that was even with Saka. Do you get it? The guys that were turning up at the start of the season was Saka and Havertz, to be fair. Havertz started the season off quite well in terms of the numbers. He tailed off a little bit. But Odegaard wasn't playing well, bro, right? Go back to the season when they loaned him. He wasn't great in that season, bruv, right? Bare Arsenal fans were talking about.
They were saying Maddison over him.
Let's get Maddison, right? And then they went into the first year they competed. He was amazing that season. Cool, fair enough. The season, start of last season, bro. Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, their levels all dropped because we was all talking about Arsenal are getting results, but they're not playing well. And for me, I kept talking about those players. I said individually they have not been that good in comparison to last season, right? Second half of last season, to be fair to him. For me, he was at a world-class level, bruv, right?
No, he weren't. No, he weren't. No, he weren't. No, he weren't.
He was, man.
No, he wasn't.
He was very league.
All right, so okay, cool. Tell me where he was in the second half against Bayern Munich then. Yeah, in the Allianz. Tell me where he was against Aston Villa at home when we lost 2-0. Tell me, no. Because when you say world class, yeah, no, lads, 1 second, yeah. When you say world class players turn up in big moments of big football matches to win them for you. Yeah. So when your back's up, hold up. Did we beat Bayern Munich? No, we didn't. Did we beat Aston Villa?
The game against Porto, bro.
Man, listen to what you just said. Porto, are you crazy?
It's Champions League, bro. It was literally the round.
No, we're not gassing up the Porto thing. We could. Don, I remember
40-year-old Pepe was playing in that game.
Hold on. Let's be fair now. You just
get out of it, man.
You just asked me. That was a knockout game. I remember Arsenal were very poor against Porto. Saka got locked up by my man, against Porto. Odegaard had a moment of brilliance that we talk about in the Champions League all the time. Moment of brilliance. He gave the ball to Trossard. You score. Fair enough, you won on penalties, but you ended up coming back because of Odegaard, right?
Cool. Tell me where he was against Newcastle. Tell me where he was against Fulham home and away. Tell me where he was against West Ham last season. Yeah, away, at home. Tell me where.
That was away. Second half, you played them away. You battered them, bro. You beat them for like what?
Where was he in the home game when we lost 2-0?
I said second half of the season, bro. That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Guess what? You have to do it consistently, mate. Yeah. In the second half of the season, he didn't fucking show up against Aston Villa. Yeah, that's when we needed him. Ollie Watkins turned up. Tillemans turned up. Yeah, they turned up. All of them turned up. And guess what? That cost us the title. Yeah, Fulham away, Fulham at home. Where was he then? What was he doing in them games? I don't give a shit about what he's doing in dead rubber games that don't lead to nothing against Porto. Yeah, when it really matters that gets you into a semi-final, that geezer disappeared in the Allianz. Yeah, couldn't find him. Yeah, couldn't find him. So this is why when I sit there, yeah, man's like when I sit there and people go, "Oh yeah, but there's no shame losing to Bayern." Yes, there was. They won nothing, mate. Worst Bayern team in a decade or more. Yeah, what did we do?
You know what though?
What did we do? He's shit, bro. He is crap. Yeah, I swear, I've called that out from day one. Yeah, that geezer is a scrub, and I stuck with it. And guess what? People are now seeing he's actually a fucking scrub. Thank you very much. This is why my takes on players always marinate 3 years later. Yeah, and you're going to apologize about Savio real soon as well. Trust me.
The point that I'm making about
I don't know about that one.
Season, he had a better second half of the season, but the point that I'm making, Lee, is that Odegaard hasn't been this mad, consistent guy all the time at Arsenal, right? He's had little peaks and drop offs, and he's had right now he's had a poor season. Let's be honest about it, bro. This season he's been poor. You know what I mean? And next year, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't think it's fair to say that he's a bad player like you're painting Lee. You're painting him.
What Lee's saying, I don't think he's a bad player. Lee just hates him, right?
I just don't understand what the geezer does. But I'll be real. He doesn't score. He doesn't create.
I feel like he would do a lot better in your team.
That's not happening right now. He doesn't score and he doesn't create. So what does he actually do?
And that's what I'm saying.
It's not in his hair.
He allows people to maybe play their game and.
That's the thing, Saeed, though. Sometimes when you're playing a game, when you're a high possession team, you need someone that's for one's going to retain the ball really well, keep it moving, but also it's with regards to like the pace at what the game is being played at. You need someone who can slow down the game and speed it up at times. Odegaard does do that well. Let's not lie. When you want someone to slow down the game sometimes and it's being a bit too far, he's going to be the guy to do the ball roll, turn it, just do the little 1-2s and stuff.
Let me ask you a question then. Yeah, if you're saying Odegaard's there, just keep them ticking, right?
The pace setter.
Who you looking at? Who you looking at there in that midfield to get you goals and to create for them? There?
That's the problem, though. Arsenal are missing that player. What I do think, which I will say, this is just me thinking as a solution. I think Odegaard needs to be dropped into the 8 and you play Waneri in the 10. I don't think Waneri is going to get enough options playing out on the right-hand side behind Saka. But also, I think with the type of player he is dribbling, because I think that's what Arsenal miss. You got far too many players that want to pass.
Yeah,
you need someone that just runs with that ball. Direct.
Yeah, but that's done by design, Jules. That's done by design. Our manager don't want them to do that because they lose the ball and we get countered. He's so fixated with keeping the ball. You hear him on the touchline, bro. Keep the ball. Don't pass down the wing. Keep the ball.
Lee. You're saying it's done by design, but when you look at your forwards, I don't think you have forwards capable of even being Saka's not a great dribbler. He normally gives it and goes byline you in behind. I wouldn't say he's a great dribbler. Trossard's not a great dribbler. You know that someone that he's probably your best dribbler in your front line, Gabriel Jesus, but that's when he gets to the final first, he's non-existent. But you don't. I know you're saying it's bad design, but I look at Arsenal's forward. You don't have great dribblers across your front. Martinelli's not a great dribbler.
But that's why he wants them to keep the ball. So they get down the wing, then they stop, they look up, they pass it back into Odegaard. Odegaard passes it to Timber. Timber pass it back to Saka. Saka try and do a quick give and go. Goal kick.
But this is the thing though. Your fan base are mad delusional about your midfield. Like the way I hear some of your fan base, I even had a fucking debate the other day with Jess, talking about your midfield. All of this, and I'm like, I look at your midfield and it's fucking stale as fuck, right?
Thank you.
You got Declan Rice playing out of position. I'm not gonna overly listen. The guy's not on 8. Let's be real. People that send me these, I have some fucking Arsenal, some gooners sending these stats about.
But he's not an 8. He's not a better 6 than Partey. He's not a better 6 than Partey.
He's a centre back.
This is my point, Rob. This is my point. This is my point. The guy is not an 8. Right, and the guy, if you want to progress the ball as a 6, as a lone 6, he's not that, right? And you've got Odegaard. We've spoken about the problems he's got already. So when I'm talking about Arsenal, and I'm an Arsenal fan right now, I want that midfield revamped, right? If they go into next season, I'm hoping they go into that midfield next season, with Odegaard and Rice still playing in those positions. You'll probably get a new 6 because Partey will probably leave, right? And for me, I'm not really worried about that midfield if you keep it like that, bro. I'll be real. If you keep it like that, it's going to remain stale, blood.
Doesn't have enough going forward, does it?
It doesn't. Offensively, it is not great, bro. Like I look at these guys. When I was at the Emirates, hold on, Saeed. When I was at the Emirates, cool. These man off the ball, brilliant. The way they counter press you is fantastic, bro. Right? But it's not all about what you do off the ball, bruv. Right? What are you doing on the ball? How many chances are you creating for the team? Right? How often are you actually adding goals to the team? Yeah, I don't see that enough from these guys. You know what I mean?
You know, for me, obviously, Declan Rice, I think he only made, I think, was it 13 passes in it? Yeah, 13 out of 15 accurate passes in the game against Everton.
Bro, they send me stats from my man taking in corners, bro, and creating chances from corners. And I'm like, what is he doing in open play, bro? Think about this guy, he's fucking Iniesta, bro.
Do you know what's mad, yeah? If he goes the full length of his contract with the add-on of 5 mil, that is going to cost us about 169 million.
Yeah,
do you know how fucking crazy that is? For the 100 million plus the wages, and the add-on, 169 million for that.
Yeah.
And people want to get on my case. So he's on 250 grand a week for 5 years.
But Lee, you make such a big deal about the finances, but you're also the same guy that says just get the job done. Don't like.
Yeah, but Jules, you know why? Jules, you're telling me that this guy that was on £60,000 a week at West Ham. Now comes straight into Arsenal on 4 times more.
But let's be honest though. Man City were in for him. Man City would have been offering him at least 200k a week anyway.
And
so you guys would have had to offer more.
And what?
But you went in for a bidding war, so naturally you need to offer more.
Okay, cool. Let me give you these ones then. Let me give you these ones then. Calafiori was on 12 grand a week at Bologna. No, because this is why I mentioned the wages. This is why I mentioned the money. This is why I get the ump, because we have absolutely spunked 750 million. Now the wages kicks in. Now we're effed again. Calafiori was on 12 grand a week at Bologna. He comes straight into Arsenal on 120. Zinchenko was on 20 grand a week at Man City, straight in on 150 at Arsenal. Why? Marino, 50 grand a week at Sociedad, straight in on 130. Do you know how fucking mad that is? Gabby Jesus, 90 grand a week at Man City, straight into Arsenal on 265.
How much would you have given Rice then? If it was down to you, how much would you have given him?
I wouldn't have fucking brought him.
LB, why don't you mention it? You see that? You see him right there?
I would have brought Caicedo. That's who I wanted. If you're going to go and get him, get Caicedo as well.
But you know,
wait, hold on. Say that again, Roms.
No, Don, quickly, I said Caicedo's better than Rice. I've always said that.
Of course he is now. Thank you.
I've always said that. I don't know why.
No. I'll just make it sure.
Declan Rice is a limited player, isn't it? Let's be honest, man.
Caicedo's clear.
By your logic,
to these guys, bro. If Rice played for Chelsea, the way they'll be chefing him up, bro. If they had
people just don't like what Rice is. He's an English player, bro. He's basic with what he does, but he's very good at what he does.
That's the specifics of what he does. But like, if you're at the base of a 6 now, you need to be able to do more if you're trying to win a league.
What does he do? Tell me what he does. Tell me what he does apart from with the corner. What does he actually do?
On the wages,
I think he's good at breaking up play, but how much time do you have to do that?
Yeah.
He dominated the ball. So you bought a player that you don't really utilize his strengths because you know, that's why he was so good at West Ham. Obviously, West Ham are going to get attacked a lot. You know what I mean? So he breaks up a lot of play. Arsenal dominate the ball. Is he going to be able to do that?
Yeah.
Back on your wages thing, yeah. By your logic, he won a trophy being captain of West Ham. And I know you don't rank trophies. They're all the same to you, right? So he won a trophy being captain. Don't you think maybe not 200? That's a bit mad. But don't you think he deserved within the region of maybe 150 to 200 of what he had done? Because football's about what have you done for me lately. He won a trophy being captain and you're in a bidding war with Man City. Don't you think you had to offer high wages to get over the line? Maybe not 200 plus.
Yeah, this is why everyone's on high wages. We've only got 4 players under 100 grand at Arsenal. One of them's Neto on loan.
Only
one of them's
4?
Kid. Yeah, thank you.
That's
this is what I'm telling you. People don't realise how tapped our wage bill is, mate. Yeah, we're in a bigger mess now than when he got the job. Trust me.
As much as I agree, yeah, Arteta is just all the bad things about Arteta you say. I agree, but that is not on Arteta with regards to it. That's Edu. Edu didn't. He was clearly to show that he was very.
How do you know that?
Inexperienced. He was the sporting director. Wages are never. It's never on the manager to negotiate wages. Let's not do that.
No. Hold on. He's part of the management team. He says he has final say on transfers.
But he wouldn't be.
So hold on. He'll know the budget. He'll know the budget. The budget includes the wages. Let's not lie here. The budget includes the wages. I'm not saying it is him, but let's not pretend he's not involved in that process.
He will be involved. Yeah, he'll be involved.
You think managers care about what their players are getting paid? Do you?
I've never said he did. I've just said he's involved in that process. The wages are part of the budget.
I get the point that Lee's making because I had this problem with our old wages as well, right? Paying the likes of Havertz over 200k a week when they've done nothing at the club. Like you're giving them a wage that you're meant to be giving players when they've actually been at the club, proven themselves, and they've maybe even won stuff for you, right? That's when you give them that money. We were just like, oh, we're Chelsea, so we're going to pay big wages. It didn't work out, bro, because you looked at it in the end, you're paying Werner ridiculous amount of money per week. I think we're paying that guy like 250 a week, right? You're paying Havertz like 200 a week, right? It was ridiculous, bro. So at the end of the day, I get what Lee's saying, bro. Some of these guys, yeah, the Jesuses, the Havertzes, they should have never come in on the money that they're earning because number one, they're not as good as that money is paying, right? And second of all, they're yet to do anything at the club, bro. You know what I mean?
I hear that, but Jesus and Havertz were an exception because their previous season, their season before going to Arsenal, they were poor. Declan Rice had an amazing season, captained West Ham to their first trophy in donkey's years. So I think he's an exception. He probably warranted not 200 plus. I'm not agreeing with that, but maybe a 150
I agree.
to 200.
150 plus. 150 plus. I think 150 plus for Rice is.
I can't believe you just said Lee, all your squad other than 4 players are on 6 figures. I didn't know that.
Can somebody tell me how Gabriel Martinelli went on from 70 grand to 180? Can somebody explain that to me?
Because that one season.
What, so you bagged 15 goals, here you go, have an 110 grand pay rise.
Luis Diaz is still on 70k for us. Luis Diaz is still on 70k.
Bro, well, I do this on streams all the time. I'm telling you now, we're fucked. Yeah, we're in a bigger mess now. Yeah, than we was when he got the job 5.5 years ago. The wage bill then, is nowhere near what it is now. The amount of players that are on top dollar. How are we getting rid of Zinchenko? He's on 150. How are we getting rid of Ben White? He's on 150. He was on 30 grand a week at Brighton. How'd you go from Brighton on 30 straight into Arsenal? Yeah,
there's another problem. Look, this was before the wage structure got changed. We gave Fofana 200 bags a week, bro. Yeah, we gave Sterling 325 a week, bro. You know what I mean?
Mad.
These guys that are coming in now, like LB was asking me.
Chelsea, innit? Yeah, you're right.
He's coming back to the ball. He's gone, man. He's done. He's done. You know what I mean?
I'm just bored of it though. It's jarring, lads. Yeah, because there's so many players you could go and get for decent dough. Yeah, there's so many players that have 5, 6, 7 million euro release clauses in around Europe. Yeah, go and get them, and then you can flip them and spin them if it don't work, and you've made money out of them.
You want Gyökeres right now, Leah, for example. You want Gyökeres right now, bro. His agent's looking at Havertz and saying, brother, this guy's getting what, nearly 300k a week, yeah? Yep. Bro, Gyökeres got to give him 350 now. How about that? You know what I mean? You got to give him 350 now because this guy's earning this much, right?
He's going to look at you that way. People like more than me.
Yeah, and that's that when fans are like, I don't care, it's not my money. I'm like, bro, it's your club. You should care what's going on with your club's finances, bro. You know what I mean?
2029 is getting paid the same money as Saliba and Gabriel combined. Make that make sense.
Nah, but I'll be honest, but this is where the problem is. When you start looking too deep into it, you're like, oh, this player's getting paid, this player's getting paid. Bro, at the end of the day, it's not that deep. Like, it isn't your money, Don. You shouldn't be focusing on they're breaking the wage structure. You break the wage structure to get the job done. You break the wage structure. If your clubs win, no, look how it's done.
We've broken it and not got the job done. Now
when Man City were winning league after league and they had all their players on however much money it was, no one cared because they were winning. It's only when you're not winning you start to focus on these other things. Like, oh, why are you spending 400k here, 200k this? It's only when you're not winning you look at that, Don. When you're winning things, you don't give a fuck. When you won that Champions League, we wasn't looking at it and going, oh, Havertz on 250k a week. We shouldn't have signed him. You were celebrating it. You guys were celebrating it.
No, when I saw how much Havertz was on, are you mad, bro? Like, I was looking at that.
When he scored the Champions League winner, did you care?
Bro, so
or did he not pay it back? Or did he not pay it back tenfold?
That doesn't warrant what he did for 3 years at Chelsea, bro.
You're waffling. You're waffling, Dom.
Sing your chant for him. Sing your chant for him.
I'm not waffling, bro. Like, and the thing is, yeah, like you say, he won us the Champions League, brother. Our defense helped win the Champions League.
You say that, but however many Chelsea fans
come out
shamelessly after he scored and said,
hold on. Let's stop this narrative, yeah? Havertz might have scored the final, the goal in the final, but who got the fucking assist?
It's a narrative that was created by your fans, Don. Your fans created this narrative. It wasn't us. We cooked him.
You got a chance saying he won you the Champions League. You got a chance saying he won you the Champions League. You know the chance.
Our team won us that fucking Champions League, mate. You know how about that?
Yeah, without the defense, they ain't winning it, are they?
Our defense, mate, we conceded 4 goals that whole tournament, bro.
Let's get predictions in for the Real Madrid game. I'm gonna go 2-1 Madrid.
2-0 Madrid.
3-2 Arsenal.
I'm gonna say 2 Arsenal Buki. 2-1 Real Madrid. 2-1 Madrid.
I'll say 1-0 Real Madrid.
2-0 Madrid.
2-0 Madrid. There you go, man. Listen, as long as Arsenal can stay in the game, I want to see a competitive game, man. I don't want to see one.
Yeah, but
you're going to see us park the bus. You're going to see us try and skank corners. Yeah, and you're going to see us just absolutely shit the bed. Yeah, and then when we go out to their ground, next Wednesday, yeah, they are going to absolutely fold like a deck of cards, mate. I've seen this story before.
Next Wednesday.
I can't wait to see Lee under the lights.
Oh, don't worry, Lee. Pray for Rodrigo because Turney's going to be marking in a minute. Pray for Rodrigo. That's all right, man.
Bro. You know what? I got Arsenal fans DM me. I got Arsenal fans DM me.
He's our best left back. I told everyone.
Got 1 goal in his last 18 games. I'm like, you lot. You lot.
Yeah, no.
They never learn, Roms. Yeah, and this is why I get them flipping up with our fan base here because they got no respect for other clubs. Yeah, and they hold other clubs to a higher accountability level than they do Arsenal. Yeah, when it's Arsenal, every single time Arsenal drop points, the refs, we're robbed, PGMOL, robbed. Fuck off, man. How about blame Odegaard for missing a sitter that Tierney put on a plate? How about that?
Do you know what I couldn't stand this weekend? Yeah,
not offside for the raid, by the way. Sorry, big up offside for the raid.
It shouldn't have been a pen, yeah. But the pen was in the 49th minute. You had 40 minutes plus 4 minutes added time to get a winner. This is what I don't understand. No one really takes accountability.
And what did we create? Our biggest creator in this team is Kieran Tierney off the bench. That tells you all you need to know. Phase 5, you know.
You had Rice playing, started that game. You know what I mean? You had Ethan, the great Ethan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man in the chat said he wants Madrid to win. To be honest with you, mate, I couldn't give 2 flying fucks who wins the game because we ain't winning it, mate. Yeah, if we ain't winning the Champions League, who cares? But if we do beat him over 2 legs, we've deserved it. Simple as that. Yeah, but guess what? We'll probably get knocked out to Unai Emery in a cup semi.
Lee don't mind because he wins either way. That's what he's basically
George, you know what it is? I am so done with this football club, the way it's run. We've got a dating flipping program coming out soon. What is this, man? Yeah, we've dropped 32 different lines of merch in terms of hoodies, t-shirts, and training tops. 32. We've only played 31 league games.
Yo, listen. Everyone hit the like button, people. There's only 500 likes. 2,000 people here, man.
Then people wonder why I'm angry when I talk about this club. Get the other channel up to 100k and I'll fuck this one off.
Yeah.
Not your channel, obviously, so I meant my one.
Yeah, facts. Make sure you hit the like button, people, man. Let's move on to Chelsea, people. Chelsea.
No one cares about Chelsea, bro.
You know what?
Let's talk about this 0-0 against Brentford.
Yeah, tell us about Madwakey, yeah? Still on 7 goals, yeah?
Has he got 10 goals yet?
No, he's still on 7. LB, he's still on 7. He got 3 of them in the second game of the season. I sat here and said he ain't getting 10.
Public service announcement.
Really childhood, didn't we?
Brennan Johnson has more goals than all of your wings.
Yes, George.
I just want to put it out there. I told you at the start of the season. I told you all, and here we are. Here we are. Brennan Johnson has more goals than all your wingers. But don't talk about Madueke.
Your face, bro. You see, don't tell me about no Brennan Johnson, bro. Don't tell me about that guy, bro. You know what I mean?
He's dealing with facts.
I hear the same.
Brennan Johnson is more than all your comments.
Brennan Johnson nearly got an assist against Chelsea last week as well, blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
nearly, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
but,
bro, you might
have say, man, it's the same problem I've been telling you lot about. You know, we're lacking a lot of goals in the team right now. People like to cook Chelsea defensively, bro, but it's not our defense that's letting us down right now, bruv. It's our attack, right? This year,
you could have lost yesterday. What do you mean defense? Not
we could have lost, and so could have Brentford, bro. Yeah, like what we defended quite well for the most part. Brentford weren't clinical, and neither were Chelsea. Brentford had the better chances, cool, but let's not act as if they were cutting through us time and time again. We defended.
Ayo, I think I found a clip, man, about Madueke, innit?
Love you, LB.
What's this?
What do you reckon?
You've even got me the same.
Should we press play or no play?
Yeah. You know what? Matt's on.
Let's just see what was said here.
What's this?
You fans are hilarious, yeah, you Chelsea boys, because you've seen it all, right? You've seen the best of the best. You've seen the best owner ever in your life at a football club, and you've won everything.
Of course.
Right? And this is the standards now, gassing up Madueke. Right? Bro, Madueke's trash. I will take this. Clip this. He will struggle to hit 10 goals in the league this season. He scored 3 yesterday.
I'm gonna laugh.
I'm being straight up.
Madueke scored, I think he scored 6 goals in the Prem last season with minimal game time. In the first
he scored
half,
13 goals in his entire Chelsea career and 3 were yesterday. He's trash. Yeah, then on the other side, you've got Madrid. He's trash. Games. Yeah, he's trash as well. Yeah, then off of that as well, you've got Pedro Neto. Well, he's going to take time to settle in. But I think, and not only that, he is quite injury prone. And I rate him. I think he's the best winger in the league when he's fit. Yeah.
But,
yeah, definitely.
I love these tears, man. These are beautiful.
No, it's not tears, bro. It's based off of previous. Yeah, you can say different managers and that, right? You can say different managers and that, bro. That still doesn't stop you trapping a ball. That still doesn't stop you.
This is just a live stream, by the way. It's not an actual clip.
Yeah.
Bro, that was after the Wolves game. Hold that. Was he on 7? He scored 3 on the second day.
Well, he can still get to 10 goals. He's on 7 right now. Like, there's still enough.
You said that. You've been saying that every week in the group chat. I swear.
Hold on, you might have gone early, bro. Save that till the end of the season. He's on 7 goals.
Put the 10 goals in the bag, bro.
Put the 10 goals in the bag. Give it up, man.
There's more than enough. But listen, the major problem, because I've actually got a cut in a sec here. I've got work to do, right? But the big problem right now.
He's doing on a gown.
I'm even wearing the same top. You see, I was even wearing the same top, man. I even forgot about this top, right? But I'm telling you, bro. Right now, we've got a problem in front of goal, bro. Yeah, we've got a serious problem in front of goal. This year, Cucurella is Chelsea's highest goal scorer, bro, with 3 goals. Right? Palmer's sitting on 2 goals. Yeah, Jackson, bro. We had like some half chances against Brentford, but it was that sort of game where you look at it and think, yo, if we had a striker, we most likely win that game. Because a couple of times Lee's boy Neto was whipping in some good balls from the right. No one's there on the back post.
That can't be right. You mean 2025, right? Not from the start.
Yeah, 2025, bro.
I thought you meant this season. I'm looking at it.
No. Bro, come on, man. Palmer's on what? 15 goals this season, 14 goals.
14 right? League goals.
But yeah, what it is right now, like I said, we're creating some chances with Jackson playing. We look a lot better, right? But again, we're just not being good in front of goal, bro. Enzo Fernandez had a shot outside the box. He went over. Neto trying to whip it in from outside the box. The keeper's just saving it. Jackson getting put through on goal. You know what I mean? This take here is crazy, by the way. I don't condone this. I don't think.
Best winger in the league.
Sorry.
Neto's the best winger in the league, better than Salah and Saka.
Yeah.
You think Neto's better than Saka?
Okay, please. Neto's better than Saka. Please tell me, yeah, right? Because I rate footballers differently, yeah. Neto, left foot, right foot, dribbling. Clears Saka a million miles, right?
Neto's a kick and run merchant. He can't even dribble like that. So he's literally kick and run. He plays like Werner. Just kicks down the back line.
Saka can't even kick and run, bro. He passes it to Odegaard, quick 1-2, and slams on top wins.
Saka's a better ball striker than him.
That's basically what I just said.
He's a better ball striker, I agree.
Saka's got a better first touch than him. Saka's a better creator than him.
Bruv, he's got a better first touch than Neto.
This was a stinker league.
Oh, Saeed, do you watch Neto? They'll be
Hey,
actually.
you know
I've watched
Neto's
about
whole
that clip,
career. I've watched Saka's whole career. You think Neto?
Lee,
You
can
know
you
what's
take
mad
that
about
back,
that?
please? Can you
You know
take it
what,
back, please?
let me
Lee,
land.
you have time. Now, before he goes, Lee, can you take that back? Saka is not better than now, please.
Yeah, you're right. You just said it. Thank you. Clip that. Clip that. Clip that.
You know what? You know what, Lee? He's
Excruciating.
1 hour 10. I'm going to clip it now.
He's not. Do you know what it is about Neto, Lee? Yeah? You're only gonna see. You're not gonna see what it is. I've accepted what he is. Right. This guy is fake direct. He's fugazi direct. Right. What he is, he likes to look in the box for a target man. You're in. That's what Neto does. So we need the fucking striker. Right.
He's been average, bro. He's been average. 6
He has been crap at Chelsea. I can't lie.
He's been meaty. But anyway, let me finish here on this as well, because I know a lot of people have been cooking Maresca about the lineup and that. Yeah. First of all, Jackson and Palmer literally just came back from getting injured. Yeah. I don't understand why people don't understand that if you start these guys and they get injured, it'll be, oh, why did Maresca start them? They just came back from injury, right? He had to rotate the team. The main issue that I've got is starting Nkunku up top, because this guy honestly plays up there.
For real.
Yeah. He's honestly pregnant up there, bro. Yeah. Play Tyree George up top. At least he'll press.
What?
Yeah. There was a moment. No.
Oh my
always
God.
on this crazy.
Is that the BTEC Saka lookalike? Is that the Saka from Wish? Is that him?
Evil Saka. Play Evil Saka up top, right? Because we did that with Neto. At least Neto was pressing. At least George is gonna try. Yeah. There was a moment in the game where Madueke runs after the ball, runs after the defender. He wins it back. Nkunku's just jogging towards the ball, bro. Yeah. I know George is gonna give me a little bit more intensity.
Can you hear what you're saying? You've seen at your club Didier Drogba. Yeah. You've seen Diego Costa. You've seen Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Idago Johnson, and you're saying put George up front.
Oh, Lee.
Is this where you're at?
Are we, bro? We're dealing with what we're
You know
dealing
what's
with
crazy
now.
as well, Lee?
Hold on. I get this all the time. Why are you man running away from the reality? The reality is we have Tyreek George, Neto, yeah, fucking Gill injured.
I like that.
Right?
No, the reality is that every time you have a problem.
Man, are talking about guys from the past, bro. We're talking about the now. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the now.
And now, Jules, hold on. You're doing all this laughing and that, bro. Nkunku up top is like playing with 10 men. It's fucking useless.
Yeah, but hang on a minute. Yeah, I told you. Yeah,
why is the solution to every one of the solution to every one of your problems?
Bro, I said it in the summer.
Get a kid in that position. Oh, let's play one of the academy kids. Let's play one of the young boys. Let's go play one of the players that is unproven to come and lift us out of this position. You say this every single time. Whenever there's a winger solution, let's play this player.
Why would you play him over Jackson?
I just told you why. Jackson just came back from injury. He was on the bench.
But why not play him on Sunday and then drop Jackson on Thursday when you know you've got a team of lesser quality, and then play Tyreek George on Thursday? Like, what do you mean?
He just had a game on Thursday. There's what, a 3-day turnaround. The guy just came back.
So he comes back, he plays the first half. So you try to get on a lead and then you bring him on. Bring him on.
It's different to bring him. Hold on, Roms. Yeah, it's different to bring Jackson on against tired legs in comparison to starting him at the start of the game.
But you didn't win.
Yeah. So either way, however you want to look at it, yeah, you're just nitpicking right now, because end of the day, he brought Jackson on at half time.
He didn't win, so
hold on, bro.
He's not good enough anyway. Jackson,
hold on, LB man, you know, just interrupting what I'm saying, bro. Right? He brought on Jackson at half time, and Jackson actually helped us play better in the second half. We created some chances to get at least one goal, and we were shit in front of goal, bro. Yeah,
you're laughing. Jackson's shit, bro. He ain't the guy, man.
Again, we're talking about the now, bro. Yes, we know we need a striker, so we're just gonna have a tired conversation.
But you said in the summer, yeah, you didn't want to sign
a striker because
you. Yeah, we'll go back to it, man. Because
no, you're right.
You come back to it again next week as well, by the way.
Yeah,
we'll go back to it.
And I've already told him.
Yeah, but why did you say that now?
Did you say you was wrong, Don? Did you say you was wrong?
Right now? 28 goals he scored now.
I told you, for the right player, I'm more than happy to break the wage structure. And for me, at that point, I didn't want to do that for Osimhen.
Tom, do you admit you were wrong in the summer then?
About what?
About your team and about your attack.
Osimhen.
Oh yeah, of course.
About your whole attack. No, because I mean, this whole season, the one thing you've continued to say is, we were poor in the final third. We created chances, we couldn't fit. You say this near enough every week. So you know that your attack's just not of good enough quality.
Of course I was, bro. Everyone expected Neto to do better than this, bro. You know what I mean? Everyone expected.
But what evidence did you see to make you think that? Because he's only had 10 goals in his whole Premier League career prior to this.
I never asked him. I never looked at him specifically for the goals, right? I looked at him specifically for his creativity, right? And Jackson, I already said, bro, yeah, Jackson.
Man's getting cooked by his
at the start of the season. Jackson at the start of the season improved his finishing, and then he turned into Mr. Flappy Bird again. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
No, he didn't improve his finishing. He got lucky. He didn't improve.
He had a purple patch. You know, they improved his finishing temporarily, bro.
He had a purple patch at the start of the season, and at the end of the day, it was always going to end up where he goes back to what he's about, which is
I never once said, yeah, oh, don't sign Osimhen, we've got Jackson. That's not what I said, though.
You said don't sign Osimhen because you don't want to spend 300 grand a week on Osimhen, and I said why not? The guy's
But what's that got to do with Jackson, though? I never said, oh, yeah, we've got Jackson.
Because that's your striker, and that's the one you keep crying about because he's only just come back from injury.
But LB's making it sound as if I said, no, forget Osimhen, we've got Jackson. I never said that, bro. I said,
the wages that this guy was want to spend 300 grand a week on Osimhen. And I said, why not?
I've already said to you, in the context of this season, cool, maybe we should have paid it. But next week,
of course you should have paid it. Everyone knew you should have paid it in fucking summer, bro.
No, but the thing is, I've already said this, LB. I said this to you a few weeks ago. But the next week, you're going to come back again and say the same thing, right?
Yeah, I will.
Anyway, but anyway, like,
are you comfortable my top order? Are you comfortable?
like I said,
you better not let it slip because your fixtures coming up. They're not easy. They're not easy, bro. They're not easy. So you better not bottle this top 4 because boy, you will be.
Listen,
bro.
End of the day, what we need to do now, we need to fucking bounce back and batter Ipswich. Yeah. We need to bring some goals back into the team because we're on a fucking drought.
Did you beat him at the Did you beat him in the first fixture?
No, we didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't. Amari Hutchinson scored.
We didn't. If you actually watch that game,
that was a youngster you maybe should have kept.
Hold on. If you actually watch that game, bro, they got a fucking penalty that wasn't a pen. And then Disasi literally gave the ball
referees, blame the refs.
Under no pressure, and put us in bare problems. You know what I mean? Right? But anyway, like I said, bro, we beat.
You mean the same Disasi that's doing it right at Aston Villa?
Bro, you take him.
It's almost like your manager's a scrub, isn't it?
You take him at Arsenal then.
Why are you mentioning Arsenal? I mentioned Aston Villa.
Arsenal, Aston Villa on the same level as Chelsea.
Aston Villa are better than Chelsea.
They're below us.
However, the amount of money you spent on that geezer, yeah, and you couldn't get a tune out of him. Emery's had him 5 minutes, and he already looks half competent.
Good for him. And I hope.
Yeah, and let's be real. How many of their defenders would you take?
Well,
would you take Tyrone Mings?
Esri. I'm taking Esri in a heartbeat, bro.
Would you take Tyrone Mings? Because that's who he's playing next to.
No.
Well, there you go. So Tyrone Mings and Disasi look better than any partnership you've got. Make that make sense. That's almost the manager issue, isn't it?
Disasi has obviously found his level over there. I've seen this guy
found his level. Their level's better than yours.
Man's not going to change. So what you doing? You're doing Disasi, bro. That's what you're doing, Lee.
No, man's playing in a Champions League quarter-final on Wednesday, on Tuesday or whenever it is. Yeah, and you, man, are playing in the Conference League. You're talking about level.
I want to go back to the Tyreek George thing because, Don, we've seen, whether it's conference or whatnot, his better performances be out wide. Why are you going to put him striker to ruin his confidence? Then your fans just
he's played up top for us, bro. In game, he's actually played as a 9, and even in the academy,
come out wide. Play him in his
Roms. He started Sancho on the left. You're not understanding. This is what I'm saying. Let's talk about the reality of what he did. Right? He started Sancho on the left, and for me, Nkunku should have never been up top. Right? So therefore, you play fucking George there because Neto again. He's another one. Before he came Chelsea, his injury record ain't great. We have to manage his minutes.
And then didn't start the game. Let's say George has an underwhelming performance. Everyone powers.
And then you're gonna crush him. Yeah, exactly.
No, we should have played Nkunku. We should have played Jackson.
But Roms, hold on, bro. Listen, even you're better than fucking Nkunku up top. How about that? Yeah, Nkunku don't even press. Nkunku don't even run. I know George is at least gonna try and make something happen up there, bro. Energy, bro. Right? Nkunku waddles. I told you, Nkunku is pregnant. And yesterday it was hot, and it was too hot for him, bro. You know what I mean? But anyway, we need to beat Ipswich, we need to beat Fulham, and we fucking need to beat Everton. Because for me, if we go on a free winning game run,
I'll say from now, you're not beating Everton. You're not beating Everton.
Have you actually won 3 games in a row this season?
I don't think we have. We won 5 at the start of the season. You know what I'm saying? We won 5. Have you won 3 games in a row this season?
Yeah, we've done it a few times. Right? I don't think we've won 4 though.
In the Prem?
Yeah, I don't think we've won 4 in a row though.
I don't think Arsenal have.
I don't think you've won 3 games in a row this season.
I don't think you won 3 games in a row this season.
We have in the league. We have in the league.
I don't know.
No, I don't think you have. I don't think you have.
In the league.
Otherwise, very recently.
No, I don't think you have.
We've won 3 in the league, 2 or 3 times this season.
Bro, man, you're up and down. You're up and down. You know what I mean? Just like us. But anyway, people, I gotta go. I gotta cut, man. But yeah, these man
big
need
up,
to fix up in front of
I
me.
got a bounce as well, man.
Yeah, same. I've got to go.
No, but you know what though? Just before we go, obviously we've got to talk about Liverpool. Liverpool, Roms, how you feeling, man? It's not. I don't know, man. It's a bit.
I'll keep this short and sweet. The players are getting complacent. It's as simple as that. They're seeing that there's no one really challenging them, underestimating Fulham. Obviously, McAllister, I've said, the best for me, probably the best player at the club. I know people are going to say
thank you fucking very much. I'm so glad the Liverpool fans said that.
I've been saying it, but I'm getting told, it's not. Is it McAllister for me? Gravenberch got the headlines because we hardly saw him last season, but McAllister is so cold. I don't think people understand whether it's and he scores clutch goals. Real Madrid, he scored the opener at Anfield. Last season against Fulham, scores the long range, scores the opening goal here again. Like, he does score important goals for us. I think another Champions League game, can't remember off the top of my head, he scored the opener. What's the game that he scored?
He scored the header the other week.
Everton as well. Everton as well. That's the game I was on about. McAllister's so cold. But we go 1-0 up, and I just think we were complacent. We got fortunate. We have to admit, as Liverpool fans, we got fortunate. There could have been 2 penalties. Keller on, I forgot who the other attacker was. Keller took out the other attacker, and Van Dijk on Menez. We got fortunate there. They should have had a pen. This is where everyone piles on PGML on Liverpool side, whatever. But I just think we went into complacency. I've been saying for weeks now, Harvey Elliott needs to start. The league's wrapped up. Take the shackles off. Play Chiesa. Play Harvey Elliott. Chiesa scored a good goal. Even his cameo when he came on yesterday, got a shot on target. He looked a bit more lively. I don't know why we're persisting with the same front three, because if we're being honest, Jota's one of my favourite players. He's been shit this season. Good goal in the Everton game. I was there. It was amazing. But he's not been good this year. And the irony is, I've always said, Jota stays fit, we have a better chance of winning the league. I mean, we're now winning the league with him being fit the majority of the season. It's funny how football works, but I think we're getting complacent. Of course, everyone's going to say, Liverpool aren't that good. Look at this Fulham performance. But I believe it's because we know it's wrapped up. This happened when we won the league in COVID. The next game, I think City slapped us 5-1 or 4-0, whatnot. Remember Lee when we took the lead at Emirates, Mane, then I think Nelson, someone else. This is what happens when we feel something's done. We just get complacent. I don't think people need to overanalyze Liverpool bad, because I'll say from now, we win our rest of the games at home. I think we got Arsenal, Palace, West Ham, and Spurs. I think we win our 4 at home, which will be enough. I think Chelsea away, Brighton away. I think away, what you're going to see on Sunday, I think you're going to see going forward. I think our away performances now, till the end of the season, are going to be a bit dire. Probably get a few draws, might even lose again at either Brighton or Leicester will probably be relegated by the time we play them. But Brighton and Chelsea could be a hiccup. Anfield, I don't worry about anyone, because our fans won't allow us to be dire at Anfield. They just won't allow. But I think you're going to see this performance maybe in a few more away games. But we were just complacent. Second half was a bit better. I think Bradley was excellent when he came on. Forget the assist. I think his all-round play, his underlapping was cold. And Elliott and Chiesa were cold when they came on as well. Diaz obviously getting the goal. Diaz was lively. I can't lie, I've been harsh on Diaz, but he's been a bit better in recent weeks. He's been our live, but I think he was excellent against Everton as well. But I just think it was complacency. People are going to do a bit too much saying we're bad in that. It's not that. This was our second loss of the season. I mean, you can't call us bad.
It's mad when you think of it like that, though. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was underwhelming. Look, we disrespected Fulham, in my opinion. We went 1-0 up and we took the brakes off. And there was a lot of individual errors. I can't lie, Menez on Van Dijk, that should not be happening. Konate has this game in him where...
Talk about your boy there, Van Dijk. I don't know about you, but it seemed like his head's all the way checked out. He was horrible yesterday, bro.
Horrible.
It's not even... It's
been a bit rusty for the past couple of weeks, though. Carabao Cup final, this one.
Beto, Isaac. It's been our last few games where he's shot. That one against Beto where he should have engaged and then he's hesitated, then Beto goes clean through. He just didn't. But I just think, George, honestly, like you said, their heads at the beat. We've won the league. I just think, and it's not good. It's not professional. I'm not condoning it. But I think we're kind of resting on our laurels now. I don't think we're as up for it, because, look, we're 11 points clear. No one's really on our tail. I reckon, let's say Arsenal are 2-3 points behind us. We wouldn't be putting in these performances. I'll tell you this now. But the fact that we don't have no one really chasing us,
It reminds me of when you last won the league, to be fair, because when you last won the league, that was when you were going like nearly doing the unbeaten run. Then you started losing games at home and stuff.
Exactly.
You literally already won the league. But this for me, this shows like the difference in mentality between yourselves and I suppose your top players you have right now and the City team that won all those leagues. Because even now, when City knew they'd won the league, they continued to just win.
Right.
There was no stepping off the pedal. But it seems like Van Dijk, since he had that conversation with the PSG owners, his head's not all the way there. He's like, yo, season's done. He's starting to plan his holidays for the future, what he's doing in the summer. They're already ahead of themselves. And like you said, you can't blame them because no one is putting the pressure on them in the Premier League. There's no Premier League team that's giving them and asking the questions of, if you do slip up, we're there to be waiting around. But at the same time, let's not lie, your fixtures are some hard games ahead. If you guys start going into these games with that same mentality and the way that you approach this title race could get interesting.
No. Wait, as soon as we're out Madrid, as soon as we go by Madrid, we're done and talk.
This is what I mean, yeah. We've got 4 more home games left. Generally, I believe we win all of them. I think it's you lot, Arsenal, Palace and West Ham. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. There are 4 last.
Yeah, Liverpool less.
What we do away from home is irrelevant because you think we can put in that performance at Anfield. Our fans won't have it. They just won't. What I will say, George, is you probably see the performance you saw on Sunday. I think you might see that again at the Bridge or at Brighton.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if you lose like all of your games, we'll probably lose all of ours. That's how it's been all season. Every time we had a chance to catch it or overtake you, or close the gap on you when you've dropped points, we never capitalise. Yeah, so and we've still got to play Newcastle. Well, we never get a goal there.
And they're trying to get
we never score this.
They're trying to get top.
Yeah, we've still got to play. We still got to play Liverpool. So there's 2 games we ain't getting points.
Apart from those 2 games, which are in like later May, so they're like game week 36 and game week 37. Your games leading into them are probably games you can build some momentum and ask the question of Liverpool as to how that point.
But Jules, I hear it. We got Brentford at the weekend. Do you think we're beating Brentford?
I don't. Your eyes going to be on Madrid.
Because we got Real Madrid away 3 days later.
That's the thing. I think you'll lose to Real Madrid, beat Brentford, and then lose to Real Madrid again. I think that's the type of Arsenal that you're likely to see, and I think that's very likely to happen.
I think we'll lose all 3. No, I'm being serious. I'll tell you why.
I'm here for it.
He rested the team up at Everton the other day. Yeah, people can moan about the penalty and all of that, yeah? Right? Like Rom said earlier, that penalty was in the 49th minute. What stops us winning the game?
Exactly.
Yeah, what stops us scoring another goal? Yeah? And he rested a lot of the players. Odegaard was on the bench. Partey was on the bench. A few others were on the bench. Yeah, Saka, he came on at half-time. He's going to do the same at the weekend, bro. Because he's going to wrap them players up in cotton wool for the away leg. Yeah, and then once we're out of that, they're all on the beach, mate. Yeah, because we're looking at the table going, right, still 10, 11 points, 13 points, whatever it may be. They're going to go, yeah, whatever, mate.
Saeed, sorry, someone called Big Up M. M just said Arsenal don't lose home Prem games at home. You literally lost to West Ham a couple of weeks ago. What are you on about? That was literally the other day. And look, Lee, I looked at your fixtures while you were speaking just now, right? I think Newcastle, I think you dropped points in. Crystal Palace has been your bogey team for the last couple of years. I think you dropped points in that, and they have that FA Cup to look forward to. I think the morale's just high there. Just won their derby as well. I just think Palace, there's a feel-good factor there at the moment. And I agree with you, Lee. I think Vissel and Bremo, they love a top 6 team. I reckon they can nick a draw this weekend. That's what I'm saying. Lee, spot on. What Arsenal have done this year, Liverpool's just dropped points. Let's go and do the same. That's what Arsenal have done all year. And that's how I can continue. That's how I can see it happening in the running, because I just think even if we do lose a few games or draw a few games, they're not going to do anything about. But what's dangerous is I still want my players to be professional. I feel like that's transmitting into the players, which isn't that good, which I don't really like. But the Fulham game, look, I'm not even giving them credit. They deserved it. I think Wobie was class, Meniz was class. I think who's their fullback that we were looking at? Anthony Robertson. I think his energy up and down.
He's true a big move.
He was a baller for them as well. And I wanted him at Liverpool, and I got slated by my family. You took the words out of my mouth. He is such a player, side. He's quite strong. He's technically sound. He breaks up play. And I said, you know what? Maybe not as a star, but 2 summers ago when we linked with him, I said, you know what? Maybe as a squad player, man. He wasn't going to break in at the time, but to have him to come on the game would be good. But I think he bossed it yesterday. So credit to Fulham. Fulham were cold.
Salah, no goals. Is it 6 games or something like that now? It's obviously
6 games, bro.
6 games. But I'm just thinking about a fantasy, man. Should I take him out or should I keep him?
No, because if you do, he'll just bang in 2 goals or an assist.
I would take him out. I'll be honest. I think you take him out at the end of the season. I think you might even see, because we remember when this happened to Ozil, when he got to like 17 assists real quick, and they were like, "Oh, it was in January. He's gonna break the record. He's gonna break the record."
Big up Lee.
And then he didn't break the record. I've got a feeling Salah might not break the assist record. I think he might just miss it by like 1.
You know what? I said this to my boy. I think he equals it. So I think it's Henry De Bruyne. I think he gets 3 more assists. Henry De Bruyne. I think he'll equal.
At least 4 more. At least 4 more.
4 more to break it. 3 more to match it. But in terms of Salah, the thing is, you don't already know my opinion on it all. I just think because he's essentially, this league is down to him. I know I've been shameless and whatnot. Of course, Van Dijk and Konate have been integral as well. Gramovich had one of his best seasons. McAllister's been cold. Gakpo, I think people don't give Gakpo enough credit. He's been clutching some of our games. Scoring the winner, scoring the open goal. But it is predominantly down to Mo. So if he does fall off towards now to the end of the season, he kind of deserves to. I wouldn't want him to, but I think this is where the other players, but this is why I want Slot to start playing other players. Take the shackles off. Elliot and Chiesa have a chip on their shoulder. They got something to prove. They've hardly played this season. Play other players. But yeah, Salah's, he's going on a bit of a drought. But what I will say, Saeed, is you take him out of his fantasy, he's the type of player to bang a brace in the next game. This is what he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he bags a brace against West Ham. Do you know what I mean? I reckon he probably has a return against West Ham because he does his thing at Anfield normally. But yeah. I can't lie. He is going through a bit of a drought.
He is going through
one player that can look.
It's of course, man. You can't be shameless in that regards. 100%. Tottenham, bro. You man did your thing and that. You actually got me a good, correct score, man, for the Big 6. So I can't thank you enough, man. All I will say though is that I feel like Tell's a bit. I don't know, man. I don't agree with that. What Tell did there, man. Tell should have gave that penalty to Brennan Johnson, man. Let him get a hat trick and that. Like,
you know what I look at? Yeah, I look here and say this just is another example of soft Johnson, bro. He's too soft, bro. And that's on him. Let's be honest. If you're on a hat trick and this, let's have it right. Hell is on loan, bro. My man's an agency worker. Agency worker come to your workplace and said, "Nah, I'm in charge today." Like, bro, you're just a waste, man. That's all it is. Like, I don't like. I look at Brennan Johnson's like, I was ready to run the agendas, yeah. I've been saying, what, Johnson had Premier League hat-trick before Saka. I was waiting for that one. I was waiting to load that up. I wanted to load that one up, but he didn't let it happen. I do think Tell was a bit of a, he probably should have let him have it, but at the same time, Tell's going for a same run of where he hasn't got a goal. There's a lot of fans on his back. Yeah. People are calling him out. He's only got the 1 goal in his first game, so he needed a confidence booster, which I'm sure that would have done. And the first thing he done is he went to the fans and was just like, calm, like, I'm back, I'm here.
You know what I didn't like the other day? And I don't even know your view on it. You know when he uploaded the picture of Willian on his back? I think your fans were doing too much because he wasn't aware of the history.
Way too much, man.
Yeah, way too much, especially because of his age. Like, he's 19. When that William move happened, he would have been like 9 or 10 years old. It's so stupid that they're like active thinking that he should know about the history between Tottenham, Willian, Chelsea, like all of this stuff. And he took it down. He didn't know. I called out all Tottenham fans.
That's where the respect was, and they're still getting he took it down. Once he realized it was wrong, straight away he took it down.
He took it down and apologized, but
that was a bit
Tottenham fans just doing too much. They're doing way too much. I think he's not a player that's employed by us, isn't it?
Yeah, good finishes from Johnson. Obviously, it's still Anjal in it. You know, it's still get him out of the football club. And
bro, the game was horrible. Like, no doubt about it. Even me, I got the prediction right, Saeed. So I was happy that I predicted the 3-1 right. I even said Johnson was going to get man of match. But at the same time, when I done that prediction, I said it's not good. The result will not reflect the performance, and that's exactly where it was. Although it was 3-1, the second half, Southampton played better than us. Southampton could have had a goal or two. I looked at the game and I was again, like Lee said, a very boring game. Like, the Premier League is boring to watch as it is, but that game was very boring. Not that many big chances. It's another one of those games where you expect Solanke to try and get some goals, but we're not creating for him. And the chance he did have, he didn't put away himself. So for Spurs, yeah, man, we just wait until we get to the end of the season. We obviously, same as you guys,
Europa League, man. That's
Europa League this week. Brings on to my question to both of you. Yeah,
we're not winning it. Don't ask me if we're winning it. We're not going to win it.
Frankfurt, I'm not saying go through, but you think let's just go like this game in isolation. First leg, how do you think you'll get on? Wait, where is it? Their place or your place?
We're playing home, so I think we beat them. I actually think Tottenham. I've always said I think we win the home leg. I think the home leg's not going to present an issue for us. Tottenham's record away from home in Europe is one of the worst I've seen, like especially in these like rounds of ties. So I'm not expecting much from Spurs, but in the home leg, I think we should have enough to beat them. That's the thing. We should be able to beat them. I'm not surprised if we won't.
For me, bro, I can't lie to you, man. I don't know. They've lost a good player today. One of their wingers is very, very good. But I don't know where the goals are coming from, man. So I'm going to say we lose first leg, but then we... I don't know.
Where's first leg? That place?
Lyon. Yeah. So they've got a good team, man.
It's Turkey player.
Yeah, Almada. You've got Turkey.
I'm going to butcher the name. That whatever. He's Georgian. He plays with Kvaratskhelia,
Yeah.
He's a baller. He's quick. He's fast. He'll cause problems.
He's quite small in it. Low center of gravity. He's quite
Lyon they've got loads of them players. Just those little techie ballers that can cause you problems. But I think the thing is, I think Ruben Amorim's going to know what to do to break down their team because they're not a consistent team, and then defensively they're not that solid. So I think you guys can find your way through, but they're going to be difficult to handle. Definitely,
we got to deal with them Old Trafford, innit? That if we can bring it to Old Trafford, I'm confident on our day we could get something and go through, man. But then it's playing.
Get to the semis, anything can happen, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Suspensions, injuries, just
the best thing would be to face Tottenham in the final. Please, man, that would be like,
that would be amazing. I think
Tottenham United final. Let's just have it.
We beat them 3 times this season. I'm very confident going into that.
Bro, listen, the history of the Tottenham in finals.
Do you know what though, George? This is where you back your club. You got pedigree in this.
Yeah, but no, pedigree in Premier League, bro. Not in the flipping
Europa League. Yeah, we do.
No, in Europa League, they got 2. I think they're the first English club to win.
What? 2? Yeah. We got 2 Europa Leagues.
Bro, it weren't called Europa Leagues, but what was it called, man?
UEFA Cup was bigger than Europa League when we won it. What do you mean?
I don't know. When did they win it? 19 what?
In the 70s, innit, George?
We won it in the 70 and 80s. We done 71, 81.
Aussie Ardiles and that.
Yeah, Aussie Ardiles. Yeah.
Aussie Ardiles era. Fair play. He was a baller, to be fair. Aussie Ardiles, man.
I'd love to see that, Spurs and United.
Yeah.
You would have to get the dub. I can't see them winning this trophy.
Yeah. Listen, let me get these super chats in. Guys, I need 1,000 likes before the end of the video, man. We're not far off 1,000 likes. Let's get to 1,000 people, man. It's easy. Everyone just clicks that like button. We've got less than 300 away, man. So let's hit the like button. Lewis Alfonso Dave says, big up the panel. Speak on Mackin Rapinoe falling over the ball. And number 9. Who the hell's that?
Rapinoe's the US.
Yeah, I know the Rapinoe, but who's this one? Maya Lesnar. Who knows that?
You speak out Ireland. You speak out.
Oh shit!
These nicknames they come up with are so confusing nowadays. Sometimes I said Maya.
He's got at least that.
Oh my days!
Is Maya Lesnar his daughter? His daughter, Lesnar's daughter. Because I know she's like a big built wrestler as well.
Oh my god, man! United. Oh shit! Nah, that's crazy. Bro, I genuinely thought that was a serious conversation there. Nah, that's crazy. Listen.
If you see Lesnar's daughter, it actually looks like Højlund. It's crazy.
Yo, Lewis, you killed me there. Thoughts on Kelleher as United keeper, good and cheap. Listen,
we'll never sell him to you.
We'll never sell him, so it's not gonna happen.
My days, he actually looks like Cheese. Sorry, bad. Cheese,
bro. That's mad. That is mad.
It's a bit like Paddy Pimblett as well. When you say George.
Yeah, man.
It's a bit like Pimblett.
OG and Braz. I love how when Don talks about others' delusion. Craig says, take me back to the early 2000s where players could express themselves, systems and formation kill the game these days. Smash the lights. Big up to Nkuku will open a store soon with his balloons. Brother, you know what? One thing I was excited for with Nkuku was his celebration. I was like, bro, if this guy becomes a baller, that celebration's cold, but crazy. And Kuku Don Waffle, 1.6 billion spent and still crying. And Slot clearly doesn't trust the bench, and the legs are starting to show. Not playing Elliot Keys and Endo ever is wild, says EIG, man. Listen, man, what a show, man. Sick show, man. Big up to everyone who's locked in. But like I said, people, Let's get these likes up to 1,000 likes right now. I'll be back later on for the Straight Jacket podcast. We are going to redirect to George. He's got his show now with Hooks, so make sure you check that out, people. What you got coming up there, Rums? Anything you got coming up?
Episodes just dropped on Football Verbal channel with the CEO of More Motion. Some of you might know More Motion is like a clothing brand on the come up, but he speaks about his football journey. He used to play for Sunderland. I think he used to play for Preston as well. But yeah, go check that out. That just dropped Wednesday, and we'll have something dropping. In fact, we got this Wednesday. We got the top 10 Premier League midfielders, obviously off the back of KDB. Top 10 Premier League midfielders since 2010. So it was quite an interesting one. It was very interesting one. So that dropped
easy one for him.
Say that again.
That's an easy ranking for KDB since 2010, isn't it? Like, it's just
easy.
Well, I'm kind of giving it away, but the second to the 10th was interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting. But that
just before you go, do you mind watching the Baller League? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah,
I can't lie, it's good. I thought it was gonna be rubbish when I looked at all the rules, but when I actually put it on, it was fun to watch. Like it's entertaining.
I'm gonna go there tonight. Side a few of my players, three of my brethren play. Stefan Illich, cold. He's at.
He's good. He's good. I've seen him.
Montel McKenzie's playing. Who else do I know there? Mike, so Ginger guy plays for Dave's team. A couple people I know.
Dave's team is the one that I think are the
him
best.
And Ginger's team. Him and Ginger's
team. Yeah, SDS are doing their thing as well.
Yeah, SDS are cold as well.
They're playing my Jammers team. So yeah, man, I'll be watching it like. You know what I mean? It's a long one, though. I can't lie. It's like 5-6 hours.
That's the thing. I had it on and I was thinking, how many games? There are like 6 games left. I was like, I've already seen 3. I can't watch all of them.
Yeah, bro. It's a lot. There's a lot, bro. It goes on until like literally 11 o'clock at night, man. That's the
6
only
hours straight, bro. And obviously the Newcastle games during it, I don't think I'll watch that, but the Newcastle game, they're playing Leicester and is at watch and all that. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
so
no, not to sign him, George, not to sign him. I just start watching.
All right, I was just double checking. I thought you were doing waiting rooms already. I
like watching Newcastle. I'll be real, man. They're nice to watch.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. And obviously, there's other Champions League games as well. PSG Aston Villa. That'll be a good game. I think that's going to be the best game of the actual tournament so far this season. I think that's the game of the. I know people look at Real Madrid and that and whatnot. Bayern game's been for me like I don't know, man.
Out now.
So, yeah. The bare injuries are coming in right now. So, yeah, man, I'll be real with you. That game there, PSG and Aston Villa, that's the game where I'm like, yo, if that's a bad boy game,
I'm going for another game. I think Barca Dortmund. I think that's just going to be end-to-end.
Yeah.
Barca Dortmund's going to be mad.
I don't think Dortmund have the quality anymore, man. I think they're going to fall off heavily. I think Barca.
Do you know what, George, though? They're very good on the counter. With Adeyemi, Bino, Gittins, and that, they're very quick. And Barca are very attacking, so there'll be spacing behind.
100%.
It'll be end-to-end.
So there you go, man. There you go. But listen, go ahead over now to Hooks and George. Like I said, they're going live right now. So go and put in Saeed TV raid. And I'll see you later on at 5:30, people. Take care. Bye. Peace.
Big up.